walked up to you? Was that you dropped him out to say, hey, you're in?
He just let me know. He was like, "You ready? Come on, let's go out there. Let's go." I was ready for it.
Robert, what'd you see up there?
From what I've seen, it was just the main point of this week is just our coach wanted us to dominate, and I feel as though we went out there and dominated, especially coming, hosting the SWAC championship game. It was definitely a blessing to be in this spot. And I'm just happy that we were just able to go out there and handle business and go on our next stop to Atlanta.
Washington, Dr. Hills inside the HBC Sports. Just to follow up on that, two interceptions, solid game against some of the best receivers. Was there anything you saw in the that played in, or were you just clued in? And then tell us your thought process.
Honestly, they're a really simple team. I was really just clued in. I knew they were just going to take their shots. I just felt a little disrespect not making all conference or all American. I just wanted to make this a statement game and giving all the glory to God. Without him, I wouldn't be here today. So I'm just happy I was able to go out there and execute and do my part to bring us a championship.
My love for you as well. I know I kind of got a little emotional when they called your name, for that award right there. Just talking about that feeling when you heard your name be called and get that recognition.
It's just been a long time. Like I said, I couldn't have been here without my Lord Savior Jesus Christ, and just being able to be in this position is just crazy. My first ever championship. I just appreciate Coach TC for bringing me back in and trusting him, trusting the coaches, trusting the process, and I'm just happy that we were just able to go out there. This ain't even just a me award. This is a team award. I wouldn't be able to get what I got from that point.
Yes, for you, just finding that rhythm in the offense when you were thrown into the game. Just talk about that and, what it means to be ready in the moment.
Every day, go out there and practice and compete like I'm a starter. That's my mindset every day. And once we got up in the game, it's just like practice. It's comfortable. Once the coach style plays, every find the rhythm. I feel like I'm playing in the backyard.
Questions for our student athletes?
I got one.
Last question.
HBCU Overdrive, Doc Holliday. To Rob, going from Alcorn coming to Jackson and then coming on to a championship team, what was your mindset going into this game? As far as like what to say with the snub from the conference teams and everything like that.
My new coach TC, he brought me back in for a reason. He told me once I had signed it, we're bringing the championship back. And I wholeheartedly believed that moment we were gonna have a team, we were gonna have the effort, the execution was gonna be there. All we had to do was trust the process, trust God, and keep working.
All right.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Number 3 is lucky number.
Right. All right, well, now we have some questions. This question goes to Charles Bishop.
Charles Bishop, Dr. Bills, inside the HBC Sports Lab. Coach, take us back to that moment again, sort of double overcome your promotion. I remember a couple years ago we were standing beside each other at the end of the South Carolina State game. Just take us through that moment of elation.
It was crazy. Still like right now, I'm just still taking this all in. To be right now SWAC champs, undefeated in the conference, like I said. And once I took this deal over, the cupboard was bare. And this is something that we built. There was some guys, great guys around me. Coach O, I can't say enough about that guy. And just building it, it was a process, and then I told him the other day, we were sitting there talking, like, did we think we'd be here this fast? That's what's so crazy about all this right now. But yeah, it's definitely emotional. Anytime you win a championship, but it's definitely emotional, and I'm so excited for these kids. So, like what Rob was saying, when he came back and decided to come back, he said he wanted to play here, for me here. There's so many stories with this team, with this coaching staff. Yeah, I can go on all night about the stories that's tied into this year, but I just had to sit there and I think I was standing on the 40-yard line in the fourth quarter towards the end of the game. I couldn't move. I was just stuck in that moment, just like, wow, we SWAC champions. And like I said, just to do it here in the city of Jackson, because so much came back to me as a player. The days here, Rob J was there when I was here as a player. Just the people that was around around me, all you guys, and, you know, just to be here now as the head coach, you know, to be winning a SWAC championship, it still hadn't really hit me yet, you know, I just still taking it all in, so, man, it's a blessing.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the championship.
Thank you.
What was that decision like? Obviously, Jacoby goes out. How did you kind of process who was ready to go? How did you know it was going to be Zai? And what was that interaction like then?
I believe in all three of those guys. You know, I've been saying all year how good those three guys. They all played tonight. You know, all three of those guys can play. Zai is a technician, though. You know, Zai is a technician. Kobe went out there and gave it his all. He was banged up. You know, his ankle got rolled up pretty good, but. Whichever one out there we believe in. You know, Cam started some games this year. Zai played a lot last year, you know. But the players rallied around Zai tonight. You know, again, like I said, he came out and I asked him before he went in there, what's some things that you're comfortable with? You know, he's like, you know, allow me to run the ball around a little bit. So try to design some stuff for him to run the ball around a little bit, you know, get him going. He said that would get him going. Then we sit down, he and I at the half, and I said, tell me what you're comfortable with going into the second half. He told me those things. And I put it on the table for him, and he went out there and executed.
Mr. J. Kelly, congratulations, Coach Taylor.
Thank you.
Now you head over to Atlanta, third time. What are you guys going to do to make sure that you execute and bring that Celebration Bowl win back to the city of Jackson?
Just got to preach the things that we've been preaching to get us to this point. You know, and that's the preparation. You know, we always talk about wanting to dominate, you know, wanting to be dominant. Coach Barry, he's done a great job. He's got a good football team over there. It's not going to be easy. Their quarterback, Phoenix, is really good. You know, we got to find ways to, you know, take him out of the game. But I put our D-line up against any quarterback. You know, they do a good job of disrupting people and everything. And they're going to have a chip on their shoulder. We can't forget that we went down to Atlanta last year and played them in the MEAC SWAC Challenge and, you know, beat them pretty good. So there's some guys off that team that's back for Coach Barry, so they're going to come ready to play. But, you know, like I said, I want to take this one in, but we still in all, you know, we planned on being here. We plan on being in Atlanta this, you know, this time of the year. We look forward to it, and we're going to prepare it. It's like we're going to win it all.
Can you put up with this inside the JSU Sports Lab? I'd be remiss to not say congratulations.
Thank you.
With that being said, obviously both sides played really well, but I want to focus on your offensive side. Tell us the tape in a lot of ways of what you were able to do, rushing the ball 275 yards, both from quarterback position. Yeah, 275. I understand. 100 from Mulligan, to be specific, in terms of what he was doing, 116, and 95 from Zach coming in. But I want to talk a little bit about your offensive line. They've been effective over the last couple of games, particularly the second half of the season. Talk about what they're able to do well to allow you to put up those type of rushing yards, particularly in the championship game.
Yeah, we got a good chemistry up front, you know, but I have to start with man of the year is, you know, the guy that came over here and believed in me, that came from Texas Southern. You know, Texas Southern has been having great rush offenses over there the last couple of years. And the chemistry and the way that he was able to get it out of those guys this year, because, you know, we had 3 seniors come back from last year's team, you know, and the things that he was able to implement and get these guys going, you know, the way he got those, we had some freshmen to step up this year and really was able to get a lot out of those freshmen. But anytime you got like Herb Mulligan back there, Travis Terrell, those guys, Zy McDonald doing it with his legs, even Jacobian had some great runs this year. But that O-line group, it starts up front with the offensive line, you know, when you want to play good offensive football. And I told those guys that we got to be able to run the football, you know, in order to be at this point where we're at right now as a football team. And, you know, it gives our defensive time to rest. But they coming together. You talk about DeAndre Towns, Evan Henry, Kurt Ford, Cam played a great game tonight. Quay Davis was a freshman All-American. You know, I can call so many other names, but I have to give credit where credit due. Manny Ramirez is coming here and, you know, blew the doors off this thing as an O-line coach.
Thank you, Coach. See you in
See you.
Coach, congrats on the win. What was your message specifically to your team at halftime? Of course, it was a close game, but they had a different energy coming out in the second half.
No, I basically told him, though, to be honest, though, like, do you want this to be the last time you put the pads on? You know, that's what I told him. I'm like, you know, it's a brotherhood. You want it to end tonight. You know, and I told him maybe in a different way. But that's what I basically told him, and I told him I didn't want this to be the last time. You know, I want to continue this. I want to keep going till there's no more football left. And I challenged the coaches too, not just the players though. I said, let's make these adjustments. Let's go win this football game. You know, and I thought that, again, I tipped my hat to Coach Graves and Southern. They came out ready to play. You know, he did a great job getting those guys coached up, ready to play in that first half. But I said, let's, you know, I tell my team week in, week out, we play ourselves. You know, if we go out there and play the way we're capable of, you know, nobody's going to be able to go and play on the field with us. And to come back and get 41 on the scoreboard and win convincingly like that, you know, I'm proud of coaches and players, but I charged them up pretty good at the half. You know? I'm not going to lie to you. Some of the things I can't say, what I told them. They always respond, though.
Yeah.
They respond, you know, they listen to me, you know, and they love me as a head coach. I love them, and I show them that each and every day.
Doc Holliday, HBC Overdrive. Full circle coming around, starting from South Pike as a, you know, a freshman, man, you know how we do. But being a player and then your journey going through all the different universities, institutions, and then coming back to alma mater to take over the head coaching job, how does it feel right now to be able to hoist that trophy and say, I am a conference champion?
It feels great, but I want to be a national champion. You know, but it feels great. It's crazy you brought up South Pike because, you know, I played for a state championship here against Starkville, you know, in this very stadium, you know. So that's what's crazy. And then the games and the battles that I had, like, again, with Southern in this stadium. And then, like I said, as the head coach now to be SWAC champion, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I'm just taking it all in. Just blessed, man. Just blessed. You know, when Coach Brian was here, we won some championships. You know, and again, like I said, for this thing to be left to me to continue to charge, and the city getting behind me, these players and everything, you know, I wasn't gonna let people down. You know, I wasn't gonna let myself down. You know, I was ready for this moment. I've been saying that for 4 or 5 years now. I've built, always had a plan of how I want this thing to look. You know, I preach physicality, and these guys go out there and show it. We're a physical football team. You know, that's the way I played the game when I played.
Right.
You know, that was the way I played the game. So, you know, again, they listen to me. You know, these coaches go out there and teach it the way I wanted to be taught. You know, and we're just having fun. You know, I tell these guys all the time, if we're not having fun, we're not winning football games. So, just blessed, man.
All right, appreciate you.
We'll go right here.
Sam Hutchins from the Clarion Ledger. I mean, not a ton of time to even digest this game, but to ask about the next game that you guys are putting your pads on for, have you got to think about what it would mean to go win that bowl and something that, you know, even in this string of success hasn't been done?
That's a great question. I think, what is this month? This is my 4th celebration bowl. And I'm yet to win one. You know, that's what's crazy. This will be the 4th time I went to the celebration bowl. I want to get it done. You know, and I always try to take it 1 week at a time, but I always thought about that. I never let that get too far out of sight. But this is my 4th time going over here. At Central, I went, you know, and lost to Grambling, to Devontae Kincaid team. 2 times, you know, when Coach Prime was here. Is that 3? That's 3. Here goes number 4. I want to get it done. You know, I want to see what that feels like. You know, I know what it's like now to be a SWAC champion as a head coach, so I want to feel like I want to be a national champ, you know, so I don't want to, I can remember each and every time when I walked out of that stadium in Georgia and that confetti was falling on somebody else. You know what I mean? I can remember each and every time when I had to sit there and watch that confetti fall on somebody else, so we're going to go prepare and get ready for this time and bring it back to the SWAC.
Dave, Coach, the point you made earlier is really impactful. You know, obviously, Coach Brian leads a whole new team, a lot of players. Your recruiting class is here. You guys have the 2nd best record in all of the SWAC last year. This year, obviously, SWAC champions. Why were you able to do that so fast with both the coaching staff and the team to go undefeated and become the champions?
Because it's like you said, I think you hit the nail on the head. Shoot, one thing I've always prided myself on in this game is coach, no matter position coach, coordinator, whatever, I know how to recruit. You know, I know what winning looks like. You know, I'm gonna go out good players. If you look what we just did, and these couple players we just added in this signing class, they are the real deal. You know, we're not done yet. You know, so I'm already looking forward to 2025. But that's what it's all about. You know, I challenge these coaches all the time. it's not, you know, the X's and O's are beautiful, but the Jimmy and Joe's are, you know, what makes us great. So we got to continue to do that. If you look at all the top programs across the country on any level, B2, B3, whatever, FBS, you know, G5, it's the players. You know, we got to continue to do that. And, you know, we may not have the resources a lot of these other programs have, but I know how to go sell myself and talk about relationships and things like that, sell myself to these parents. And that's how we're going to continue to build it. Thank you.